Hey guys, John Costigan here. So, who's the greatest salesperson in the world? Maybe even a better question, who's the best salesperson you've ever met in your life? Think about that. Who's the best salesperson you've ever met? Well, before I give you the answer of who I think the greatest salesperson in the world is, ask yourself this. Whatever you made in the last 12 months, what if you were able to double it or triple it by changing one thing? That's it. One thing. Okay? That question about who's the greatest salesperson in the world, or maybe the best one you've ever met, if you put 1,000 people in a room and you ask them this question, who's the best salesperson you ever met, you'll probably get 1,000 different answers. If you then ask them, hey, what's the best traits that they have, you'll probably get that. But you know something? They all do one thing amazingly. You know what they do? They have a process. If you don't have a sales process, you guys, you're just winging it, then your customer knows it, you know it, you're leaving things that should have been asked that you didn't ask. And when I ask this question to salespeople, most of the time, you guys, I get this. I get, what we do is, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if that's your sales process and you're just winging it, then what do you think the customer thinks? They're probably seeing you wing it too. When someone asks you, you should be able to go step 1, 2, 3, 4. And that whole answer is less than 7 seconds. The whole thing. It's step 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, done. You sound so confident. And when I ask that, I'm not talking about the sales stages between doing a demo and proposal. No, those are stages your company has you do. I mean, what's your sales process? See, one of the things I want to ask you is, okay, and this is a good problem to have, how great would it be to know that if you start making so much money, this is a good problem to have. When you get this written in your compensation program, and you know something, I remember my first few years, I never even saw this thing. I didn't even know what it was. I just signed my comp plan. And then when I really start figuring out that people can like you, that doesn't mean they got to buy from you. But if they like you and you have a process, man, I started making a lot more money faster. And all of a sudden I get a phone call from my boss going, we need to talk about what we're going to pay you. I go, what do you mean? And you know all that jumbo mumbo there was pretty much says, we're paying you too much money and we need to talk about it. I'm like, wait. And by the way, as upset as I was 100 years ago when that happened, that's a really good problem to have. When you get called in because they think they're paying you too much because you're crushing it, good for you. Because it's a lot worse conversation if you're the other end of the spectrum. Not a good day. You remember this slide right here? When I said, hey, ask yourself, who's the best salesperson you ever met? I want to be really transparent with you here. Did you say me? Not me, I mean you. Did you say, yeah, it's me? Are you feared by your competition? Do they fear you or do you fear them? Are you one of the top 2 to 3 reps in your company? Yeah, they might have an off year, but other than that, every single year, great reps, they're great every year. Are you one of the tops or you're down here? Are you the A player, the B player, or the C player? If you're the A, do you want to just get that much better? If you're the B, do you want to get into the A category? If you're the C, C's a C. Sometimes you may not be a salesperson, or you got to step back and go, hey, maybe I need this as well. But at the end of the day, you got to have a process. You can't wing it, you guys. And the answer to the greatest salesperson in the world, yes, there's like John Patterson. If you pull up right now on the internet, you look like Mary Kay Ash, who did Mary Kay products. John Patterson, he did NCR, actually National Cash Register. He's one of the pioneers of sales training. If you ask me who the greatest salesperson in the world is, it's my daughter Grace, because she only has to ask me once or twice and she's getting whatever she wants. That's how it works. Anyway, click on the link below. Why don't you become one of the best salespeople in your company, in your vertical, in your industry? And if you're going to do it, you got to have a process. Click on the link below and take the next steps to being that A player. See ya.